Yeah, good to see you all. So today topic is about on RCM because in WhatsApp or Telegram or social media, wherever I check, people having lot of doubts in RCM. So thought to conduct one session on RCM itself. So for how many of you it's new RCM? You are totally don't know. Just type me in the chat box. Or if you know little bit, you can also type me in the chat box. If you know, just type no. If you don't know, just type tick. Thank you, Manish. Other members, whether you know, don't know. Thank you, Kishan sir. Thank you, Shri. Thank you, Pray. Thank you, Sujit. Yeah, lot of don't know. DK. Thank you. Also, but what services and goods? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Sheikh. Thank you, Manish. Please provide stop. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, good. Good to see your response. So try to keep your line mute, and in case if you are in good background, you are wearing proper dress code, not in banyan. If you are wearing proper dress code, you can switch on your video. So I can see Nagesh drinking tea and he's listening this also. Good to see. So the session will be approximately 1.5 hours, and if possible, you can take all the notes, and whatever question is there, you can ask me after the end of the session. And be active throughout this session, because whoever type I know, whoever type little bit no, you have to answer all the questions. It will be easy only. And there will be a recording, but it's available only to my tax club membership. Those who are in our Telegram, for them, it's not available. Yeah, so these are the few grounds. Now, what we are going to learn, it's about what is RCM. If you are coming under RCM, whether the registration is required or not, when the RCM is applicable, and if applicable, whether you are eligible to claim this input tax credit or not, what are the list of goods and services, and what is self-invoicing, and finally in GST1 and GST3B, where we have to show this. So these are the 7 points I am going to cover in today's session. Let me check. Sorry, look like disconnected. Let me share again. Yeah. Network problem is there. No SR RAM. We will not share PPT. It's my private property. Okay. So before we start, so always I keep, if GST session is there, means always I keep this one about the acts and the rule and section, because in today's market, everyone file the return, everyone do the registration, but many of them not aware about the act and the rules and the section. So always I keep this one whenever I conduct GST session. So how many types of act is available in GST? Can you type in the chat box? Those who are my tax club membership, they should aware it. Sheikhs are not asking the section. I'm just asking the acts. How many acts are available in GST? The new member can type in the chat box. Thank you, Kishan sir. Other members, thank you, Manish. Thank you, Gautam. Can you type the act name also? Because the tax education club, they know about the 5 act. What are those 5 acts? CGST, SGST, IGST, UTGST, one more act is missing. Thank you, Sridhar. One more act. Chess. What is that chess full form? Okay. Bye. Thank you. Okay, guys. Thank you very much for your response. So there are total 5 acts available in the GST. One is CGST, SGST, IGST, UTGST, and finally is a compensation chess, which is available on vehicles which are contain high value. So in that cases, this compensation chess act also is applicable. So these are the 5 acts. Thank you, Pushpita. Thank you. And how many sections and rules are available in GST? So this is the second question. Thank you, Vinay. Correct answer. Now, how many acts, sections, and rules are available in GST? Can you type in the chat box? Sheikh, thank you. Rule 162. Other members also can take participate. If you, in case you don't know, just type don't know also, so that I will consider that also. CGST is GST 174. Thank you. Don't know. Thank you. Sir. Already 4 sessions are conducted on GST. Thank you. Okay, thank you guys. So you can take this snapshot. It will be useful for you. So in CGST, SGST, there are 174 sections, and IGST, there are something. Yeah, I hope you can see my screen. So in CGST, SGST, total 174 sections are there. In IGST 25 and UTGST 26 section is there, and compensation 14 sections, and rule 162. So these are the total sections and rules. So if you want to become a perfect in GST, I would suggest you daily at least one section and one rule. If you read, then definitely in within a 6 months you will get a good knowledge on GST. So even though if you able to file the return and do the registration, there is something else you require, which you should know about these sections, and then only it will be helpful for you. Yeah, so you can take a snapshot and you can keep as a your WhatsApp status also. And these are the two websites, CBIC and GST Council. So where you can get all the notification circular, this act related, rules related. So you can visit these two websites where you will get complete data of GST. Yeah. So now let's talk about the GST RCM of goods and services. Guys, are you ready to learn something new today? If you are ready, just type ready in the chat box so that I can continue. Yes, thank you. Gayatri, thank you. Other members are not ready or what? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, guys. Yeah. So first question, what is RCM? Don't tell the reverse mechanism, reverse charge mechanism. Which section and what it is. If you tell that one, it will be good. In case if you know, you can type in the chat box. If you don't know, just type DK so that I can continue. What is RCM? At starting time, I asked few people said they know about this, so you can. Thank you, Manish. Simple question. If you are in GST from long time, you should know about this. What happened? Only 1% response. If you don't know, just type DK, and if you know, you can type the answer. Okay, so Sriram type RCM is the recipient of services and receiver of goods have paid GST from goods charge. If the seller is not there, having to charge. Thank you, Sriram. Tax collected from customer who have not registered. Little bit Mohan. The vendor not paid. Receiver pay GST. Thank you. Thank you, Pradeep. Full form. In school and college, if we ask what is RCM and you type the full form, out of 5 marks, you will get half marks only, because the examiner want the other details also. So you will get half mark. Yeah, so you have to read section 2, subsection 98. So whatever the rule section we are mentioning, you can take a notes of that, so that definitely it will be helpful in your future. Yeah. So RCM talks about in the section 2, subsection 98. RCM is nothing but that in normal case, what happens? The supplier sells some good, and receiver he will pay taxable value and tax, and supplier will collect, and supplier will pay to government. But in RCM, it's ulta. So the receiver who is receiving the goods, he has to pay the GST instead of the supplier. So I hope everyone know who is supplier and who is receiver. Who is supplier and receiver? Everyone knows, no? Who is supplier and who is receiver, recipient. So is this clear now? Who has to pay the RCM? Yes, no? The person who is receiving the goods, who is known as a recipient, he has to pay the RCM. When and how, that we will discuss. So is that definition is clear? Who has to pay the RCM? Yes, no? Supplier is nothing, but who sells the goods? Yeah, suppliers, no. Supplier is the person who sells the good, and the receiver is the who receiving the goods. So now RCM, who has to pay? Supplier or receiver? Guys, asking to you, receiver has to pay. Thank you. RCM paid by the receiver. Thank you, receiver. Who supplier who give the thank you. Receiver. Thank you. Yeah. So this definition is clear that whoever receiving the goods, he has to pay the RCM and not the supplier. Yeah. So this is the first thing you should understand. Now, in chart, we can see that in normal case, supplier will sell the good. Say suppose good value is 10,000 rupees and there is a 18% charge. So 1,800, total 11,800. Receiver will pay to the supplier total amount taxable plus GST. And whatever the GST supplier collected, he will pay to the government. So this is the normal case. So 10,000 with supplier and 1,800 supplier will pay to the government. So this is the normal case. In RCM, what will happen? The supplier, he will supply the goods to the receiver, where he will just collect 10,000 rupees. The 1,800 rupees receiver has to pay to the government. So this is the RCM. This is the one image picture. So it will be helpful for you understand. So here also you can see receiver will pay the only goods value without GST. And whatever the amount GST amount is there, receiver pay to the government. So one more example is that in normal case, what will happen? GST is paid by the supplier service provider. Say suppose one consultant is there. He's providing legal services. So he's charging 1 lakh rupees plus GST. Mr. A is charged to B, and Mr. B will pay total amount 1,18,000. This is a normal consultancy. Now in reverse charge, say suppose he is a legal consultant. He is an advocate. So he will charge 10,000 from the B, and B will pay to the government 18,000. So this is the RCM concept under legal charges. So these are the three examples which will helpful for you to understand. Now you understand means what is the RCM, who has to pay. Say suppose now Mr. A paid to B. Now A is a supplier and B is the recipient. So B paid to A. Now under who can take this input tax credit? So this is a question just, can supplier claim ITC on the product which he sold to Mr. B? So in this case, you can take, so the RCM case, Mr. A generated a 1 lakh rupee bill, and Mr. B paid 1 lakh to Mr. A, and 18,000 rupees Mr. B paid to government. Say suppose this 1 lakh rupees is not service, is a product based. Now Mr. A purchased this product, say suppose 50,000 rupees, and he paid some GST that say suppose 9,000. So 59,000 happened. So he kept his margin and he sold this 1 lakh rupee to Mr. B. So in this case, whether supplier can claim input tax credit, what he paid to other guy, Mr. B can take ITC. Okay, so here the question is about supplier. Supplier also paid to make that product. He also paid some input tax credit to other person. So he bought for 60,000 plus GST, say suppose 10K. So total value 70. So he added his margin also, and he sold for 1 lakh. Supplier. So this 10,000 rupees, what he paid the GST, are he eligible to claim that input tax credit? Yes or no? He is selling this product under RCM. Now, whether the supplier is eligible to claim that 10,000 or yes or no? What happened, guys? I hope you understand my question. No idea. Okay, thank you. No, sir, supplier cannot claim RCM. Only the recipient who pay the GST. Okay, thank you, Sriram. But the question is that, yeah, he cannot claim, but his 10,000 rupees, what will happen? The 10,000 rupees, he also paid one GST, no? Okay, we didn't know. Other members, you can please explain. Okay. Yep. Okay, guys. So let me come to the answer only. See, Miss Supplier, whatever the input, Miss tax he paid to the other person while buying this product. Say suppose Mr. A purchased some product and he also paid the GST to that person. He purchased for 60,000. He paid a 10,000 GST for that person, and he made that product. Now he's selling to some person under RCM person. So in that case, whether the supplier is eligible to claim that input tax credit or not, that was the question. And many person answer no. So that is the correct answer. So in case if supplier also paid any GST to other person, he is not eligible to claim any ITC because he is selling that product under RC. So he is not eligible to claim that input tax credit. Now, what about the recipient? Can he claim that input tax credit? Because he paid some 18,000 rupees. So he can claim up. Thank you, Manish. Yeah, thank you. Yes. Yeah, the answer is yes. He can claim that 18,000 rupees, but whatever the tax he paid, he used that product for his business purpose. But say suppose if he use for personal use purpose, he is not eligible. If he using for business purpose, yes, he can claim. There is no specific product to claim. So now let's come to the registration rule. So this is about the what we learned till now. What is RCM, and whether we can claim the input tax credit or not. So two things we learned. Now come to the third point, registration. So in registration rule, say suppose my turnover means there is a threshold limit, and my threshold limit is not reached. I am the receiver, so I am receiving some goods, some legal services. Say suppose I am a I am a consultant, and I'm providing service to whom? To Gautam. I'm providing one legal service to Gautam. So Gautam is also a registered, Gautam also is receiving legal services from different person, but his threshold limit is not reached up to the 20 lakhs marks, whether he has to register under GST or not. Gautam is receiving many legal services from me. So his business only is that he will receive some legal services from me and he will guide to his customer. His threshold limit is still not reached to 20 lakh fee. Whether Gautam has to register under GST or still he not reached the threshold. Okay. Gayatri says yes. Vanita says yes. What about your question? Not clear. Okay, no problem. Not required. Thank you, Vinay. Other members? Yes, no. Whether Gautam required registration or not required. Okay, those who are saying not required, why it's not required? Because he not touched the threshold limit, that's why. Okay, thank you. Since lawyer service are under RC. Yeah, thank you. So few people given the correct answer and few people those who not able to catch my question, you can see the recording. So as per section 24, what it says that if a Gautam is receiving any RCM services, so I am providing one legal service to Gautam and Gautam is receiving that RCM services. Even though his threshold limit is not touched about 20 lakh or 40 lakh, he has to register under RCM. So that's the registration rule says. So as per section 24, Mr. Gautam has to be registered under the GST, even though his threshold limit is not touched 20 lakhs or 40 lakhs. Is that clear? So here we no need to see the threshold limit. We have to see whether the service receiver Mr. Gautam is receiving the services from the legal advisor in day-to-day basis. So he has to be registered under the GST. So that's only section 24(6). Yeah. So here the receiver has to register under the registration GST. What about the supplier? So I am the supplier. I am a legal I'm providing the legal services. So what about me? What about the supplier? Whether my threshold limit is crossed more than 20 lakhs, do I also have to register under GST? Yes or no? Recipient has to register under the GST Act as per the section 24 because he is receiving under RC. What about the supplier? Whether supplier also has to get registered under GST Act? Yes, no. If yes, why yes? If no, why? He crossed, he can. Okay, Vanita says no. Pushottam says yes. Other members, yes, no. Whether supplier has to be registered under GST or not. Okay, 3 answer came. Yes, it will cross the threshold limit. Okay, thank you. So as per there is a one notification. So notification number 5, 2017. So there they said that if you are coming under RCM, say suppose the supplier, I am providing some legal services, and even though my threshold limit cross 20 lakhs, I no need to register under GST as per the notification number 5, 2017. So no need to register. If I am a supplier and providing the RCM service, I no need to register under the RCM. So when is the RCM is applicable? Anyone knows in which section? Okay, at least in which section they said that RCM is applicable. At least that you know. If you attended last session, you should know about this one. Can you type in the chat box? When onwards, in which section it says that if you bought this, you have to pay under RC. Okay, Vijay, thank you. Section 9, subsection 3. Other members, under which section RCM is discussed? Okay. There are a few more. Okay, guys, thank you. Thank you for your response. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. So Vijay Yadav, Gayatri, and Vicky. Super. Thank you. So there is a section called 9, subsection 3, subsection 4, subsection 5 under CGST. If you do within state, CGST plus SGST is applicable under section. And if you are doing interstate with the other state, then IGST Act section 5, subsection 3, 4, 5. So these are the 3 sections under CGST plus SGST and IGST. So under this section only, they said that if you are dealing with so and so product, so and so services, so and so person, you have to pay the RC. So you can note down this section and you can read this section also. It will be helpful. So section 9, subsection 3, what is said that there are government notified as certain goods and certain services. If you are taking this, if you are buying these goods or you are taking these services, receiver has to pay the RC. So what are those goods? What are those services? I will share you in some time. So if you are dealing with that, then only the RCM is applicable as per the section 9, subsection 3. So what are those goods? So goods only have 5 to 6 things. One is cashew nut, BD, tobacco, silk yard. The supplier should be agriculture person, and in silk yard, any manufacturer, and recipient whoever. But he should be under GST registered. Then only this they have to pay the under RCM. So cashew nut, BD vapor, tobacco leaves, silk yard, raw cotton, supply of lottery, then used vehicle. Used vehicle, if a central government or state government, they do some, they are selling second-hand vehicle. So in that case only the RCM is up. So these are the 6 things which if the goods are purchased by the recipient who is under GST registration, and the supplier should be agriculture or the government employee, government department. In that case, RCM is applicable. So say suppose tobacco BD is a agriculture person. So if agriculture person is selling, then the receiver has to pay the RCM. Say suppose I am a dealer, I am a trader. So I buy from the agriculture the agriculture person who is selling that. I bought from that, and I am selling to Mr. Sendil Kumar. So I am a trader and I am selling to Mr. Sendil Kumar. So whether Sendil Kumar will come under RCM or not? Yes, sir. So I am a trader and I am selling tobacco leaves to Mr. Sendil Kumar. So whether Sendil Kumar is a recipient and he is a GST register holder. So whether he will come under RCM or not? Yes, sir. Okay, Gayatri says yes. Other members, yes. Yes. Okay, thank you for your answer. But the answer is no. So here we clearly said the supplier of goods. So if Mr. Senjil Kumar is purchasing from the directly agriculture person, then only he will come under RCM. But he is buying from the me. So I am not the agriculture person. I am a trader. So in that case, Mr. Senjil Kumar no need to pay under RCM. So you have to see all the three. The person who means what he is selling and from whom he is buying, and the recipient should be GST. So in that case only it's applicable, otherwise no. So that also you have to check. Yeah. Now what are the services that I will share you separate list at the end of the session. So now it's a goods, so that goods you can check it out. Okay, let me show that also. Let me see that. Yeah. I hope you can see the PDF file. Yes, no, just type in the chat box. So these are the goods which come under RCM. Now these are the services which come under RCM. Are you able to see or not? Yes, no. No, Ramkumar, he's not purchasing from agriculture, he's purchasing from traders. Yeah, thank you. So the first thing, any service supplied by any person who is not located in taxable territories, means from it is not placed in India. You can say for currently you can think that out of India. So out of India, if any person is buying something, taking any service, say suppose one consultancy service, any supplier. So this second type is a supplier of service. Any person located in non-taxable territories, means not within India, so out of India, and there is a some centimeter meters count also. But currently you can think as a out of India. So one person is out of India, he's providing one consultancy service to the India located. Any person located in taxable territories other than the online non-taxable online. So this point you can forgot, non-taxable online. So currently you forgot that about. So just think that one person who is sitting in India and taking service from the Canada country, he's providing one taxable services. In that case, what happens? So those who are staying till the end, for them, I will provide this PDF file. Okay, so the first point, have you clear, means the person who is taking services from the Canada country and providing one taxable services, then it will come, it's like a import of services. So in that case, he has to pay the RC. So 1 lakh rupee services, 1 lakh rupee bill, this US Canada guy sent to Mr. Sheikh. So Sheikh is from India and Mr. Gautam is from Canada. So Gautam sent one invoice to Mr. Sheikh for providing the consultancy services for 1 lakh rupees. So Sheikh will pay 1 lakh to Gautam, and Sheikh also has to pay RCM 18% under RCM concept. Second is a GTA. GTA, it's a like a good transport agency, and if they are not charging 12%, who has not paid IGST 12%, in that case only sorry, in that case only the recipient has to pay the RCM. For example, 5% they charge for the goods, then the recipient has to pay the RCM. If they charge 12%, which means that they are claiming input tax credit, in that case, no RCM also. The third is a legal services like advocate. So advocate, anyone is providing services to Mr. Business entity, then the business entity has to pay the RCM. The fourth is a arbitral tribunal services which provided to any business. So tribunal is like a community. One community is providing service to business entity. In that case, they have to pay. Fifth is like a sponsor services. If you take any sponsor service from the like a sportsman, they are providing some sponsor services, and who is taking that sponsor service, they have to pay the receipt. They have to pay the charges. The sixth like is a government, any government providing any services, excluding. So excluding part also is that. So that is a lengthy. So I will share this PDF. You can go through that also. So in that case, the person who is taking these services, they have to pay RC. In case any director of the company providing any services, then that company has to pay the RC. In case if director is not registered under GST. The fifth, eight is like a insurance, like LIC or any life insurance or health insurance. The agent is providing that services. So on behalf of agent, company has to pay that service. Company has to pay the RC. Likewise, any recovery agency is that, so banker has to pay that services. So like that, multiple photographies is there. Then overseas any community services for banking purpose. So these are the 12 services which come under RC. So I will send you this PDF file. Just you have to text me, please provide this RCM. So multiple thing is that. So all the points I took from this PDF only. This is around 12 pages. So you can go through this one so that it will be helpful. If the recipient has opted for import, then see, LUT is required only for the export purpose, not for the import. So at the time of export, if you have LUT, you no need to charge any GST. But for importing purpose, you have to pay the RC. So let me go back to our PPT. Yeah. So section 9 subsection 3 talks about the goods and services. So goods, what are the goods and what are the services? It's available in that PDF. You can go through that one. Now section 9 subsection 4 is talk about the particular one registered person who is taking services or goods from the unregistered person. So in 2007, when the RCM came, they said that if you purchase something from the unregistered person more than 5,000 rupees value, then you have to pay RCM. Later in 2018, they scrapped that one, and they said that a particular one person, specified class registered person, not all the person, specified class registered person. If you are buying from the unregistered person, in that case only you have to pay the RC, otherwise not required. Can anyone know who is that specified registered person? Anyone know? SR Ram, you have to wait till the end. After that only I will provide. So anyone know who is that specified registered person? If he purchased from the unregistered person, he has to pay the RC. Anyone knows? If you attended last session, you should know. What happened, guys? If you don't know, just type DK so that I can do. What happened, guys? You know, don't know? Yeah, thank you. Okay, everyone. So that is nothing but the promoters. So under construction part, if any promoters buy these goods, means any construction material, any cements or any capital goods. If these three products for construction related, cements and capital goods, if they are up to 80%, they should buy from the register holder, and remaining 20% they can buy from the unregistered person. If more than 20% they if they more than 20% they buy from the unregistered person, means the promoter has to pay under RC. So this is about the section 9 subsection 2. Is that clear? Up to 80% they have to buy from the registered person and 20% from the unregistered person. Then it's okay, no problem. But more than 20% if they bought from the unregistered person, they have to pay under RC. So this is about the section 9 subsection 4. Now section 9 subsection 5, it's talk about e-commerce operator. So if you are booking some Ola or you are buying something through online and they are providing some service through electronic operator, they have to pay RCM under section 9 subsection 5. So this snapshot you can take. So that's this talk about the section 9 only. So section 9 1 is talk about the GST charge on forward charges. Section 9 subsection 3, it's talk about the goods and services, and section 9 subsection 4 is talk about the unregistered person if you buy, and section 9 subsection 5 is talk about the e-commerce. So if you took this snapshot, section 9 is covered. Section 9, section 5, and section 7. So all these 3 sections will cover. Out of 174 and 25, 26, few points will cover from you. Yeah. So now let's come to what is the self-invoicing. Anyone know? What is self-invoicing? Anyone? Okay, anyone know about section 31? Thank you. Anyone know about section 31? So section 31 to 35 also we covered in our one section session. Yes. Yeah. Tell me, Vijay, what is section 31 and what is self-invoicing? If you know, just type what is it is. If you don't know, just type DK. Making invoice for RCM, filing. It's not only invoicing to RCM. Certain different thing also is there. Rising RCM. No. Self-invoice generated. Okay. Okay. So section 31 is talk about how to generate the invoice. So section 31 and rule number 46. So if you refer these two, they said that how should be one invoice. So if you're generating normal invoice, there are around 15 to 16 points that all the points should be there in your invoice. Have you read anyone section 31? Section 31 subsection 1. So section 31 subsection 1 is talk about tax invoice, and rule 46 also. So in this tax invoice in section 31 subsection 1, they said that whenever you generate any invoice, whether these services come under RCM or not, you have to keep one point that whether this service is under RCM or not. Yes or no, you have to select like that. Okay, thank you. So if it is not, so you have to select no and you have to give that invoice. That will be the tax invoice. But now, as Vijay said that if you buy from the unregistered person, then in that case, you have to pay the RCM. So in that case, you have to generate the self-invoicing. So based on that only, you can make the payment. So section 31, subsection 3, class G is talk about the self-invoicing. When you purchase some product from the unregistered person and you have to pay the RCM on that, then you have to generate one self-invoicing, and some wordings also you have to mention in that, and you can keep that for your reference purpose. So at the time of auditing or at the time of inspection, so that self-invoicing you can show. So based on that only, you have to pay the tax and you can claim that input tax credit also. So that one point you have to keep. Now let's come to talk about our last point, where to declare this RCM outward supply. So anyone know under GST 1 and GST 3B where to show this outward tax supply for RCM? if you are selling something which come under RCM, in GST1 we have to show. And if you are purchases something and you pay tax, in GST3B we have to show. Sridhar, in which table number we have to show? In GST1 or GST3B, in which table we have to show? Okay, 3 in GST3B 3.4. Yeah, thank you. That is one option. And in eligible input tax credit also that we have to show it. So Vijay given 1 point in GST3B. In GST1 and GST3B, 2 places we have to show. Guys, if you don't know, just type DK so that I can move forward. Because if simply you are listening and no response means it's not good. Thank you, Anita. Thank you. GST1 not able to mention. Okay, thank you, Vaidyanathan. But Vaidyanathan, if you are selling something which is come under RCM, then you have to show. Where we have to show that in auto supply call liability reversal. Thank you, Sriram. Table 4 in GST1. Thank you, Gayatri. Table 4. Table 4. Choose on RCM. Thank you, Vijay. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, now a lot of answer is there. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your response. Now, those who said in GST1 not able to show or something. So now going forward, when you file your IT return, just check it out in B2B table number 4. In B2B table number 4, you can see deem export, SEZ with the tax, without tax, and bottom to that is a supply attract reverse charge. Say suppose now I am a consultant. I provide legal consultants also. I provide some taxation consultants also, taxation services. So for taxation services, I register. So if I register, then for legal services also, if I am providing, I have to show here. I will not charge any GST because legal services come under non-taxable instead of RCM. So say suppose I am providing service to Vijay Yadav. Now Vijay Yadav having the GST number, and I provide 1 lakh rupee services to Vijay Yadav. And what I will do, I will just take this box, supply, attract, reverse charge. And I will put the GST number of Vijay, and I will just mention here without tax. I will not charge any tax. I will just put a taxable value 1 lakh and I will submit it. So what will happen next? So first talk about GST1 only. So as a consultant, I provide one service to Vijay and it's come under RCM. So here outward supply, whatever I sell, that I have to show in GST. So I just take this supply attract reverse charge and given the Vijay GST number and submit it. Now what next will happen in Vijay Yadav GST portal? Where this will reflect in Vijay portal. Yeah, thank you, Vanita. So GST2B. So once I submit in B2B, I show the GST number. So in B2B, sorry, in GST2B of Vijay, once Vijay check his B2B, so let me show you that screenshot also. So this is the Vijay login, and once he check his B2 GST2B, so that is a in third inward supply liable for RCM. So in B2B invoices, here it will reflect that 1 lakh rupee, here it will show the amount he has to pay tax on this. Yes, exactly. Not 1 lakh rupee. The on 1 lakh rupee, 18% whatever he has to pay, that 18,000 rupees will show here. In whether if it is a IGST, it will show 18,000 here. If it is CGST plus SGST, 9,000 will show. Is that clear in GST2B? In GST1, I have to show that I sold to Vijay, which come under RC. And in Vijay portal, in 2B, it will reflect here. Once it reflect here, in GST3B of Vijay. So once Vijay login into his GST portal in 3B, so in table number 3.1, in point number 4, inward supply liable to the reverse charge. So that 1 lakh rupee value will reflect here, and the 18,000 will reflect 18,000 or 9,000 plus 9,000 will reflect under tax rate. So here it will reflect. But say suppose I I'm not registered. I'm an agriculture person. So in that case, I no need to register under GST. So in that case, I will not show in GST one. So in that case, Vijay has to show directly here. In GST 2B also, it will not reflect because I am not registered GST register person. So in 2B also will not reflect of Vijay, but Vijay has to show in table number 3.1 under point number 4 that inward supply liable to RCM. So here it will show the sales value and whatever the tax is applicable, that tax he has to show. So once he is shown here, he has to pay the tax. When he go to the payment of tax, so this tax will reflect that. So where he has to claim that input tax. Say suppose this month he paid some 18K. 18K he updated here and he created the challan. In payment of tax also, this 18K will reflect. But where he can claim that input tax credit? Anyone? I think already 2-3 members respond. Where I can claim this 18,000? If you saw the comments who already shared that one. No, Gayatri, in table number 3.1D, here I will show the input tax credit, the tax I have to pay. But this tax, input tax credit, I have to claim. So where I have to show that? And we'll claim in ITC under inward, I have to, that table number I'm asking. 3B in table number 4. Yeah. So table number 4, eligible ITC. So you have to go to the next step. Under GST 3B, there is a call table number 4, eligible ITC. So point number 3, you can see inward supply liable to RC other than 1 end. So here you can show how much tax you paid. So that tax input tax credit you can claim in the same. In section or rule, nowhere it says you can claim in next month or current month. So for our beneficial purpose, we will claim the same. So whatever the input tax credit I'm applying, so that input tax credit I can claim. Yeah, is that clear? Yes, no? About the eligible of ITC. Thank you. Now here one question to you guys. So say suppose this 18,000 is tax payable, no? So I have some input tax credit in my GST portal. So let me show you. So this is the question to you guys, input tax credit about. So as a recipient, so I said the Vijay Yadav is a recipient. He received that consultancy legal services and he has to pay 18,000 rupees. Now say suppose in his electronic credit ledger, up to 1 lakh rupees is available. Can he claim from the that credit ledger, electronic credit ledger? By the way, do you know means what is the electronic credit ledger, electronic liabilities, electronic cash ledger? You know that? Yes, no? Okay, many people say no, you should pay cash. Okay. No, no. Yeah. So, but before that, though, how many of you know about this credit ledger? The cash ledger, no, RCM has to pay cash ledger. Yeah, thank you. So those who don't know, so there are 3 types of ledger. One is electronic liability ledger, which means that you sold something and you are collected, so that you have to pay to government. So that will come under liability. And credit ledger, whatever the input tax credit is available, which will reflect in here. Say suppose you purchase something, so that input tax credit will reflect in your credit ledger. And the final is a cash ledger. So this RCM, you have to pay through the cash ledger only. You can't set off through the electronic credit ledger. Yeah. Okay, in future, if you got any customer, you can file through Nina ledger. Once you got the customer, you can. So RCM should be paid in cash only. You can't set up through electronic credit ledger. Yeah. So that's about the how to plan that input tax credit. So I hope almost I cover all the things what I mentioned in the snapshot. Let me go and check. So what is RCM? Section 2, subsection 98. Registration, section 24. Then RCM applicable, section 9. Available of input tax credit. For supplier, it's not available, only for the recipient. List of goods, 5-6 goods are there, and services, around 12 services there. Then what is self-invoicing? And where to declare this? RCM, GST1 and GST3. So I hope you guys learn something from today's session. Yes, no? Have you learned something from today's session? Yes, no? Thank you, Vanita. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, Manish. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. So I just required one favor from your side. If you are in our Telegram group, just add your one colleague. So who is under taxation or accounting or labor or related. So add those friends only, not other friends. And if you are not in my Telegram group, please join that Telegram group. So here is my Telegram group link. If you are not still joining our Telegram. So this is my Telegram group link. You can join to my Telegram group and you can add your friend also. And I upload some short videos in my YouTube channel also. You can follow to my YouTube channel also for more extra details. So there also we will share few more details. Yeah, thank you. And so how many of you want to learn more about GST? So this is about the RCM. So in previous class, we discussed about the section 9 fully. And before that, we discussed about the invoicing section 31 to section 35. So how many of you interested to learn more about GST? Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Anita. Thank you. So what I'm doing means, so actually I have a tax club membership group also. So there every week we conduct one session. So last 3 sessions we conducted on invoicing, then what is invoicing section 30 to 35, then about section 9 also we cover. So like that every week we conduct one session in our tax club membership. But in case if you're not able to join our tax club membership, so you can do one thing, you can join our so I am going to conduct 2 days workshop on GST related on April 9th and 10th. So that will be Sunday and Saturday. So what I am going to cover that about the GST registration section wise. So GST registration and GST return filing, I know most of you know, but section wise I am going to cover. So we will learn first sections and after that how to do registration. Then in GST return filing, all the tables. In GST1, there are multiple tables. So each table I will explain you and we'll file the return. Same way in GST3B, each table I will explain you and we'll file the return. And we'll also discuss this section wise. So section around 37, 38 and 39. And this discuss about the GST return file. So we will discuss about the RCM also. So RCM, whatever I covered, but how to pass the entry and how to do that adjustment, that also I am going to cover. Then the important thing, so the March return. So whatever the input tax credit is available, whatever the missing invoice is there. So how you can do this ITC, means whether you climbed more or you climbed less. So you have to do reconciliation. So there is a one option called ITC adjustment comparison. We can do comparison. So that I will teach and match your GST1 and GST3. Now say suppose in GST1 you shown 1 lakh rupee and GST3B when you file you show lesser amount or higher amount. Definitely next month you will get a notice that there is a discrepancy. So you should match that one also. And on or before March return you have to file April. So you have to compare this GST1 and GST3B also. If there is a difference, you have to adjust before filing the March return. So this thing we are going to cover. So the cost is 499 only for 2-day workshop. And this workshop is free for my tax club membership. And if you are non-member, you can pay 499 and you can attend this 2-day session. And if you not also attend, not also join means, we will conduct this 2-day session for our club membership. So every Sunday there will be one session. So this time for March return, it's important to go through this all thing. So that's why I convert this 2-day workshop so that non-member also can join and learn something. And in case if you are interested to join my tax club membership, so here is the, so you can just visit to this website, Tax Entrepreneur website. So that is my own website we created. Let me share this screen. I hope you can see this screen. So this is our website where you can see about the tax club membership. Just click on this one. Once you click, it will take you to the next page where you can see in detail means what are the things we are going to cover in our tax club membership. So this is a yearly basis where we charge 1,999. So there will be a 52 sessions every Sunday. And like the workshop we are conducting, you can attend it freely, where we will discuss about income tax, ITR 1 to ITR 4, and GST, all basic and registration return filing, and TDS also, concept and return filing. So if you required one-to-one call with me, so monthly once you can attend that one. And in future, whatever the, apart from the taxation, if I conduct a workshop related to labor law, there you will get 20% discount. So this is about the tax club membership. If you are interested, you can join it. Otherwise, depend on you. And we have separate club membership for PF and ESI. If both combined you want to join, it's a 2,000 rupees discount. So that's about my website. So this is my website link. It's a tax entrepreneur. So you can go to this website and you can check it out. If you are interested, you can join. Otherwise, not it. So those who are in my Telegram group, monthly once will conduct one free session. If you have some financial problem, you can attend that free session and enlarge your knowledge. But if you invested something on you, so it will be a fast track. So you can learn and you can. So 1,999, which is a 2,000 rupees. If you got one GST customer, for registration, you can charge 1,500. And for return filing, you can charge minimum 750 to 2,000 rupees. So whatever you invest, you get one customer means you can take that up. And for 1 year subscription will be free for you. So think like that and invest in your education. Yeah. So that's it, guys, from my side. And now group is open for question and answer. If you have any question, you can ask me. You can type in the chat box your name or your question. I will unmute and we can talk about. So my Telegram group, my YouTube channel. So in return, you can go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So that's a give back. And if you are already in my Telegram group, just add your friend. So that is also a give back. Yeah, guys. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me. We are good to go. So I said 1 hour. So 1 hour we covered all the things what need to be covered. Now, if you have any doubts, you can ask. Sriram means Saturday after 7 o'clock only we going to conduct that session. So I hope everyone can attend, and we will provide the recording also. Next Saturday, Sunday evening. So Manish, you are in our tax club membership group, I think. So you will get the further detail there. Is there any doubts? Sriram, so this is my WhatsApp. I hope you are in my Telegram group. So just text me that I want that list so that I will share. So those who required that list of goods and services. So in my tax entrepreneur club is those who are in tax club membership. I already share, but even those I will share. Those who are non-member, just text me. I require that list so that I will share in Telegram group or WhatsApp, wherever. Thank you, guys. So if no doubts, then we are good to believe. Difference between invoice and self-invoice. So self-invoicing, if you are purchasing, Vicky, say suppose you are taking services from me. Say suppose I am an advocate and you are taking service from me. So I will I am not unregistered. So I will just send you you have to pay me and you have to claim some input tax credit. For that, on behalf of me, you will generate one invoice, and you will tell that you in the invoice itself, you will mention self-invoicing, and you will tell that this is applicable under RC. So to claim that input tax credit, so you will show 1 lakh rupee on that 18% GST, total value 1,18,000. So you have to generate invoice on behalf of me, and you have to file somewhere in your record purpose, so that at the inspection time, you have to show that self-invoicing. So that is self-invoicing. E-invoicing, if your turnover is more than 20 crore rupees, in that case, you have to generate e-invoicing. E-invoicing, not generation. So if you are using any tally software, just export all the detail, and there is a separate website for e-invoice. So there you have to upload all that data, means to whom you sold, what is their GST number. It is for B2B only, not B2C. So B2B, if you done, if your turnover is more than 20 crore last financial year, you have to upload all those data, whatever the sales data is there, you have to upload in one e-invoice website is there. So there you have to upload, you will get one IRN number will generate. So this data, government will track that e-invoicing. So self-invoicing, you have to generate. E-invoicing, you have to upload your sales data in particular one's website where IRN number will generate, and automatically it will reflect in your GST. I hope that's clear. Shriram, I don't have any customer whose turnover is more than 20 crores. So 20 crore customer, definitely they will have separate big firm customer only. But manually, if you want, we can. I can show the snapshot, and I can show the which website, then how the data will reflect. That I can show, but practically I can't. Yeah, thank you, Vicky. Any other doubts, or we are good to leave? Okay, guys, then thank you for attending today's session, and thank you for taking participant wherever I ask question. So almost 20 people, 25 people join, and almost around 10 to 15 people respond properly. So thank you for that, and see you next Saturday and Sunday for our workshop. So for tax club membership, it's free, and for other people, you have to pay $4. Thank you. Thank you, Shrina. Okay, guys. Bye. See you.